I'm Susan Hood, and I'm Claims Vice President at State Farm. I've been in the insurance industry for about 31 years.
I'm Marcy Teeger with Symphony Advisors, and I get to interview Susan Hood today. And I want to thank you for taking the time to meet with us for this interview.
I think it's going to be fun, Marcy.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Have you had any mentors in the industry over the course of your 31 years?
I've had a lot of mentors, Marcy. In fact, I would say mentoring for me really started before I became part of the industry, the insurance industry. Mentoring started really when I was a child, informal kind of mentoring. But when I think about my time in the industry, I've had lots of mentors, and I think there are informal mentoring relationships where I'm a friend, somebody's a friend and helps me along the way. In fact, when I first started in claims, I had a lot of claim reps who were mentors and helped me understand what it meant to handle a claim and interpret a contract and interact with a customer. And so friends, informal kind of mentors. And then as I have been in the industry longer, many of those mentoring relationships have become much more formalized. And I really was not really interested in formalizing the mentoring relationships because I like the informal relationships. But for the last many years, I found that the formal mentoring relationships, where I have a goal that I have articulated with my mentor or with my mentee, really makes those relationships much more productive. Today, I probably have at any one time between 12 and 15 or 16 mentees, and I have a number of people that I would call a mentor. So mentoring has really been a very important part of my career, my development, both personally and professionally over the years.
You've had certainly your share of success in the industry. What attributes do you feel have best served you as you've moved and gained your success?
I'm asked that a lot, and I always attribute my success back to my father. I was raised by a stern German. My mother died early, and he decided to raise us. And my father's work ethic was, Susan, be the best that you can be at whatever you do. So when I was growing up, be the best that you can be as a student. Learn it. If you get good grades, because if you learn it and get good grades and do the best you can in school, it'll open up doors going forward. And so, Marcy, that really has served me well, and that's the advice I give to mentees all the time. What do we have control over? We don't necessarily have control over that next step or getting the job acceptance. What we have control over is being the absolute best that we can be, and that has been my guiding light. My philosophy, and that's really the foundation upon which I live, I work, and I think really has attributed or is attributable to where I am today. And I continue to live that way. Mm-hmm. Every day I come in and I think, no, I need to be the best that I can be. That doesn't mean that I don't make mistakes.
Doesn't mean you have to be perfect.
It absolutely doesn't. In fact, it's good to make mistakes, and being perfect may be kind of boring.
Are there any characteristics, anything that you're thinking about that maybe have hurt you?
So, Marcy, I pushed back a little bit because I don't look at things as hurting me, and I also am careful. I coach people a lot. What are your areas you need improvement?
Yeah. What do you need to work on, Susan?
Well, so this is the way I'm going to talk about it. We always have to be in a learning mode. We always have to be looking for ways that we can continuously learn, grow, and improve how we do what we do in our personal and our professional lives. And anybody who gets out of this learning mode kind of gets left behind. With this fast-paced world that we live in, the changing customer expectations, whether it's in the insurance industry, whether it's in the collision industry, I mean, we constantly have to be learning and looking for ways to do things differently. What are things that I constantly think about as far as myself is balance. And that's such an, we think balance, what does that mean? Well, that balance between personal and professional, and that balance between personal me, personal family, and professional. And so when I started off, Sarah wasn't born yet, and I was 150 or 250% all focused on business. And of course, Peter was there, and he was also focused on his business, but it was my work was first. Got a little further, a little older, a little further down the road, and recognized, well, maybe I ought to be thinking about family a little more. Sarah came along, and obviously you give your child top priority, and it was really Sarah and Peter and my work. And as I got a little older and a little more mature, I realized there's something still missing here. And so balance is something I work on a lot, and here are my priorities. First and foremost, it's Sarah and Peter. And if Sarah is well and Peter is well, then I am at peace and I can function at my top. The second priority is me. And that's the one that took a long, long time for me to get comfortable with and be able to articulate. And when I say me, it's about getting enough rest. It's about eating well. It's about getting exercise. It's about taking some time off. It's about having some fun. It's about laughing. Because if Sarah and Peter are fine and I am okay, then third priority is my work. And I can function at 150 or 200%. It's hard to do. I mean, I know that's hard to do.
And by the way, I want to say, I respect that you are articulating this. It is something that many women in the workplace almost apologize for and seldom articulate. Is there anything that you might have done differently if you had the do-over?
I have been really, really fortunate. In every step along the way, I was able to ask myself, Susan, would you be happy doing this for the rest of your career? And the answer was yes. I loved handling claims. I loved first-line leadership. I loved mid-level leadership. I got out of claims for a while. I actually worked in general departments for a while. I really, really enjoyed all of the steps all of the things that I've done along the way, and I fully expect to continue to enjoy it. But your question was, would I do anything differently? I have absolutely no regrets. I have I'm really lucky because as I think back, I've had a really rich in experience, rich in learning career behind me, but really no regrets. And with regard to being a mother and having a daughter and having a pretty demanding career, people say, did you miss anything? I have to say there was hardly a concert or a play or a sporting event that I missed. It meant sometimes really tough travels.
So my question for you is that, that being okay with not knowing the answers, admitting mistakes, was that something you were good at as a younger person, or did you have to learn that one?
That humbleness, that humility really does come with experience. And as much as I can encourage my mentees to be that way, to be comfortable asking for help, there is a feeling that a lot of our young people have when they start something, that they really need to be mistake-free. They really need to understand it, and there's almost a fear of making a mistake. I think we as leaders can help manage that fear. And nobody wants to make a mistake, but it is how we respond to that. And so if we overreact, come down too hard, criticize a person for making a mistake, we've just stifled them. They're going to be scared to death to ever come forth again and admit to making a mistake, and they're going to strive for perfection. Yeah. And I don't know that there is a thing as perfection. If we, on the other hand, bring it to the attention of the person that they've made a mistake, we talk through it, we understand what the ramifications are, and then we talk, what did you learn from this? I ask a question a lot, what did we learn from this? What are we going to do differently going forward so that this doesn't occur again? makes, I think, a profound impression on a young person, and helps them have a willingness to reach and grow and make mistakes along the way.
I want to thank you for your time today and your insights. I met you one other time, and when we knew that we were going to get a chance to talk to you today, I thought it was going to be a real treat. You've given a lot of great insights, and thank you very much.
You're very welcome. I enjoyed it. This is a topic that I'm pretty passionate about, and to the extent that we can continue to encourage young people to look at the opportunities that there are ahead, and to encourage them to get the education, the technical training, the training they need in order to enter the workforce, and then be the best they can be and take care of our customers in the best possible way. So thank you very much.
Thank you.